The story begins with a confession. "I found myself in what my therapist called love addiction," Jennifer Hudson once revealed. She explained how she was drawn to that intoxicating feeling of being in love. The so-called honeymoon phase that makes your heart race and your mind spin. It's a sensation she craved, almost like a drug, an emotional high she couldn't resist. Yet, what starts as bliss can quickly turn into heartbreak. For Jennifer and many around her, love has never been simple. Meanwhile, in the swirling orbit of Hollywood, Common's love life had always been a headline magnet, even when the stories never reached the public eye. Short-lived flings, unfulfilled promises, and romances that burned bright but faded fast had trailed him like shadows. He was the charming figure at the center of whispers. Each relationship a new chapter in a pattern he couldn't tour WOULDN, single quotes T-break. Enter. Tiffany Haddish, unafraid and unapologetically outspoken. Known for her bold humor and fearless commentary, Tiffany seemed to relish observing the unfolding drama from the sidelines. Every public display, every subtle heartbreak was an open stage for her sharp wit. She watched, smirked, and sometimes poked fun at those caught in Common's web, her presence a reminder that love and scandal often intertwine in ways no one expects. For Jennifer Hudson, heartbreak was quieter but no less potent. She bore the emotional weight with dignity, masking the pain with grace. While Common navigated his new romances openly, showing the world a side of his life that left Jennifer in the shadows. Fans began to notice the contrast. The private suffering versus the public display, and speculation quickly spiraled. Who was the mysterious new woman? Could this really be happening right under Jennifer's nose? In interviews, Jennifer tried to maintain composure. Speaking about her relationship, she described it as one of the greatest blessings of her life. "It's one of the most important parts of my journey," she shared. "The friendship, the connection. The bond, it all felt sacred, fragile, yet profound." She expressed gratitude for the love she had found, even as rumors swirled like storm clouds on the horizon. Meanwhile, Tiffany Haddish's commentary didn't make things easier. Her jabs were sharp, her confidence undeniable. Social media buzzed with her remarks, often dripping with subtle jealousy and undeniable knowledge of past entanglements. For years, Tiffany had been aware of Common's pattern, his fleeting romances, his restless heart, his complicated entanglements. She wasn't shy about pointing it out, often mocking the situation openly. And now, as Common's new romance unfolded, she seemed to be observing every twist and turn with a sly, almost victorious smile. The question on everyone's lips was simple yet piercing. Why would Common risk hurting someone like Jennifer Hudson? And who was this new woman now entwined in his life? Rumors suggested Tiffany herself might be plotting a subtle comeback, hoping to reclaim what she once had, or at least to witness the inevitable fallout. For those who had followed Common's love life, this was hardly shocking. Its history was a whirlwind of passionate but short-lived relationships, each leaving its own trail of heartbreak. Jennifer, ever resilient, remained committed to her feelings. "This relationship is a happy place for me," she said, reflecting on the rare peace she felt with Common. Seeing her partner happy brought her a profound sense of fulfillment, a feeling of completeness she hadn't experienced in years. Yet, even this joy couldn't shield her from the storm that was quietly brewing. Tiffany Haddish, meanwhile, seemed to relish the drama. Her sharp smile, her knowing glances, suggested she was watching a story unfold that had long been scripted in her mind. Fans recalled her Instagram Live moments, where she hinted at past betrayals without directly naming names. One infamous incident involved a question about earrings Common supposedly gifted her. Tiffany's response was swift and cutting. "Girl, he never gave me any earrings. He probably gave them to Jennifer." The internet erupted in speculation, memes, and debates. And Tiffany's reputation as the outspoken observer of Common's tangled love life only grew. Some insiders likened Common to a bee, flitting from flower to flower, never settling, always searching for the next source of quit. And we all know I've been exploring for the next source. At sweetness. Tiffany's words painted a picture of a man whose love was intense but transient, a pattern that left emotional casualties in its wake. Her perspective, though sharp, resonated with many who had watched Common's romantic history unfold. As the drama deepened, Jennifer Hudson's heartbreak became increasingly palpable. She had been blindsided, caught in the complex web of public perception and private betrayal. Common's charm, his carefully curated public persona, hid the reality of whispered encounters, secret meetings, and rumors of infidelity. Tiffany Haddish watched it all, her commentary sly but unmistakably influential. She had not only observed, but had become an active participant in the narrative, shaping how fans perceived the unfolding story. Despite the turmoil, Jennifer remained poised. Her private heartbreak did not eclipse her public grace. Interviews revealed glimpses of her resilience and her desire to protect her personal life, especially her young son David Jr. Yet, even as she focused on her family and her career, the sting of potential betrayal loomed large. Common's past, marked by a history of relationships with high-profile women like Serena Williams, Taraji P. Henson, and Erykah Badu, painted a cautionary tale that Jennifer could not ignore. Through it all, Tiffany Haddish's presence was a constant, observing, commenting, and occasionally inserting herself into the drama. She seemed to embody the perfect storm of humor, insight, and vindication. For Jennifer, it was a test of patience, composure, and emotional strength. For Common, it was business as usual, navigating the limelight while leaving a trail of whispers behind. And for fans, it was a spectacle, a story of love, betrayal, and resilience playing out on one of the most public stages imaginable. Hollywood is a world of appearances. What the public sees is rarely the full truth. For Jennifer Hudson, this lesson was painfully real. Outwardly, she maintained her poise, walking red carpets with elegance and charm. Interviews showed a composed, radiant star. Inside, however, the story was far more complicated. Her heart carried bruises, not just from past relationships, but from the latest whirlwind of rumors surrounding Common and the mysterious woman now rumored to be in his life. Common, on the other hand, lived in a very different space. His life was public performance, every smile, every hand-holding photo, every casual mention in interviews was scrutinized and speculated upon. He was the quintessential Hollywood charmer, flirtatious, confident, and magnetic, but with a history of relationships that seemed to follow a pattern. Serena Williams, Taraji P. Henson, Erykah Badu, Angela Rye, all remarkable women, all eventually left grappling with heartbreak or betrayal. The whispers never stopped. The headlines never truly captured the subtle heartbreak and emotional toll. Behind the scenes, and then there was Tiffany Haddish, watching with a knowing grin. To the casual observer, she was simply the outspoken comedian, a star in her own right. But anyone who followed the drama closely understood her role in this unfolding story. Tiffany had a front row seat to Common's love life for years, and she wasn't shy about making observations. Every post, every sly comment, every Instagram live hinted at truths only insiders knew. Fans learned quickly that Tiffany had a talent for stating the obvious with a humor that stung. While Jennifer bore her heartbreak quietly, Tiffany thrived on the drama. Social media became her playground. Memes were shared, subtle jabs were made, and her comments spread like wildfire. Each post seemed carefully timed, almost like she was orchestrating the narrative herself. The public couldn't get enough, eagerly refreshing feeds to see who would speak next, who would react, who would crack first. Insiders suggested Tiffany wasn't merely watching for amusement, she was strategic. She understood the nuances of celebrity relationships, the sway of public perception, and the power of subtle commentary. Watching Jennifer navigate heartbreak was, to Tiffany, a form of justice or, at least, poetic irony. Fans noticed her laughter, her likes on certain posts, the way she subtly fanned the flames. To Tiffany, this wasn't petty. It was her chance to remind everyone of the truth she had long recognized. Common's heart was restless, and he had a history of leaving a trail of broken trust behind him. Meanwhile, Jennifer's inner circle was concerned, friends reported, seeing her tearful in private, struggling with a betrayal she didn't fully understand yet. She was meticulous, planning each response, each public statement carefully, determined not to let anyone manipulate her narrative. She had survived heartbreak before, and she knew the importance of protecting her reputation and her family, particularly her young son, David Jr., every moment. Every encounter was carefully weighed. She understood that, in the world of celebrities, perception often becomes reality. And one misstep could be blown into a full-blown scandal overnight. Fans were relentless. They scoured social media for any hints, dissected interviews, and analyzed old photographs. Speculation about Common's mysterious new partner grew, fueling heated debates online. Some argued that the woman was someone within Jennifer's circle, a friend-turned-rival, while others claimed it was a public figure no one had anticipated. Every subtle glance or casual remark became fodder for endless online discussion. The tension between Tiffany and Jennifer, whether direct or implied, created a narrative that seemed almost too dramatic to be true. And yet, for those following closely, it was painfully real. Behind the scenes, insiders revealed that Common had been moving carefully, trying to maintain a public image while managing private relationships simultaneously. Fans noticed the signs, subtle hints dropped in interviews, affectionate comments on social media, and occasional public appearances with Jennifer that suggested harmony. But there were cracks, tiny discrepancies that raised questions. Rumors spread quickly, a coffee shop sighting here, a late-night dinner there. Moments that suggested his attentions might be divided. Tiffany noticed these shifts immediately, posting subtle remarks that fans deciphered as confirmation of suspicions long held. Jennifer, however, was determined not to play into the spectacle. In interviews, she spoke about loyalty, respect, and the importance of honesty in relationships. Though she never named names, anyone paying attention could connect the dots. Her words resonated deeply with fans, who admired her strength and clarity. She refused to be silenced, even as Tiffany's commentary dominated social media feeds. Every subtle dig, every smirk, every meme became a battleground of perception. Jennifer's response was calculated, refined, and grounded in dignity, a stark contrast to the chaos swirling around her. For Tiffany, the game wasn't just entertainment, it was validation. She had seen the patterns before. She knew the signs of fleeting affection, hidden agendas, and celebrity manipulation. Watching Jennifer navigate heartbreak, she felt a sense of vindication, as if the universe were finally aligning to reveal the truth she had long suspected. And while some fans labeled her actions as petty or cruel, others admired her candidness, noting that she never hid her perspective or her feelings. The media, of course, amplified every moment. Entertainment shows dissected every comment, every Instagram story, every interview, creating narratives that blurred the line between reality and speculation. Headlines ranged from sympathetic to sensational, often casting Jennifer as the victim and Tiffany as the instigator, with Common in the center as the enigmatic, charming figure whose actions sparked endless debate. Every new piece of information, real or rumored, was dissected, debated, and broadcast, feeding the appetite of an audience addicted to celebrity drama. Yet, amidst the chaos, Jennifer Hudson's personal life remained a sanctuary of sorts. She leaned on friends, family, and her son, carefully curating moments of peace away from the public eye. She focused on her career, pouring herself into music, performances, and meaningful collaborations. Her resilience became part of her identity, a narrative fans found inspiring. And still, the sting of betrayal lingered, intensified by the public scrutiny and Tiffany's strategic commentary. Each passing day brought new revelations, subtle hints, and reminders that Hollywood love was rarely as simple as it seemed. By now, the story had grown beyond a private heartbreak. It had become a social phenomenon. Fans analyzed every move, every remark, and every appearance, creating a collective narrative that intertwined fact, rumor, and personal interpretation. The tension between private emotions and public performance reached its peak. Tiffany Haddish, ever watchful, continued to engage with the narrative, her subtle influence shaping how fans perceived each new development. Jennifer, composed yet vigilant, navigated the minefield with care, aware that every decision could redefine her story in the public eye. In Hollywood, love is rarely private. Every whispered conversation, every glance, every fleeting moment can become a headliner, a viral social media storm. For Jennifer Hudson, the reality of heartbreak was no longer confined to private spaces. Reports began circulating that Common was seeing someone new. Someone who had quietly entered the circle around Jennifer without drawing attention. The rumors suggested a betrayal so subtle that it could easily be missed if not for the vigilant eyes of Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany's perspective was sharp, almost surgical. She didn't just observe the unfolding scandal, she dissected it. Each detail, each slight, each public smile from Common was a puzzle piece fitting into a pattern she had long anticipated. Her social media presence amplified the suspense, leaving fans both entertained and divided. Some viewed her as a vindictive observer, relishing the downfall of a former flame. Others saw her as a voice of reason, finally revealing the truth of Common's restless heart. The identity of the mysterious woman remained unclear, fueling speculation and whispers across fan forums and news outlets. Some insiders suggested she might be someone from Jennifer's inner circle, friend or colleague who became entangled with Common. Others proposed she was a public figure, a celebrity whose presence in his life had been carefully concealed. The ambiguity itself became part of the drama, a tool wielded expertly by fans and media alike to stoke the fires of speculation. Meanwhile, Common continued his public charm offensive. Interviews were carefully crafted, appearances were polished, and charming. He spoke warmly about Jennifer in public, calling her an incredible woman, a queen, even hinting at possibilities of fatherhood and long-term commitment. To the outside world, everything seemed perfect. Yet insiders knew better. Behind the scenes, whispers of secret rendezvous, late-night meetings, and unspoken promises painted a very different picture. Common's pattern was evident: charisma in public, complications in private. Tiffany Haddish's involvement added layers to the story. Her social media activity, once playful and humorous, took on a sharper edge. Fans recalled moments like the Instagram Live where she referenced earrings, allegedly given by Common, hinting that they were not for her but for Jennifer. The internet exploded in speculation, memes, and viral commentary. Tiffany's pointed remarks were never accidental. They were a statement, a subtle reminder that she had been right all along about Common's restless tendencies. For Jennifer, the betrayal was deeply personal. Her trust, already tested by past experiences, faced a new challenge. She had opened her heart, believing in Common's words, hoping that love might finally offer stability and permanence. The hints of infidelity and secret relationships, however, reminded her painfully of past heartbreaks. History seemed to repeat itself, echoing patterns from previous relationships Common had had with high-profile women like Erykah Badu and Serena Williams. Each heartbreak was different, yet familiar, a pattern repeated with almost cinematic regularity. Fan reactions were intense. Social media became a battleground where loyalty, speculation, and outrage collided. Some fans rallied behind Jennifer, offering support and admiration for her grace under pressure. Others aligned with Tiffany, praising her honesty and her refusal to sugarcoat the truth. The comment sections were filled with debates, memes, and viral threads analyzing every clip, every quote, and every photograph. The story had transcended. Private drama had become a cultural phenomenon. Jennifer, despite the public scrutiny, remained measured. In interviews and public appearances, she spoke about honesty, respect, and the value of loyalty in relationships. She never directly addressed Common or the rumors, but her words resonated, creating a subtle yet powerful narrative of integrity and emotional resilience. Fans quickly connected the dots. Every word, every subtle glance. Every emotional performance became a statement in the ongoing saga. Jennifer's artistry and composure made her not only a subject of sympathy, but a symbol of strength in the face of betrayal. Tiffany, of course, noticed every nuance. Her smirk, her comments, her social media likes, they weren't random. Action was a strategic engagement, a deliberate amplification of the unfolding drama. She saw the heartbreak, understood the patterns, and positioned herself as both commentator and participant. Some called it petty. Others called it poetic justice. Tiffany was not just observing, she was shaping the story, influencing public perception while highlighting the consistent behavior of a man whose charm often left a trail of emotional fallout. Behind the scenes, insiders reported tense moments between Jennifer and Common. Private messages, phone calls, and off-camera encounters painted a complicated picture of love, misunderstanding, and betrayal. The mysterious woman's presence in Common's life added urgency and emotional complexity. Who was she? How deep was the relationship? Could Jennifer have prevented this heartbreak, or was it simply a consequence of patterns that had repeated for years? These questions remained unanswered, fueling speculation and emotional investment from fans worldwide. Amidst this chaos, Common maintained his calculated persona. Publicly, he was charismatic, engaging, and charming. Privately, however, his history suggested a pattern of inconsistency. Each relationship seemed to follow the same trajectory: intense affection at first, followed by distance, ambiguity, and ultimately, heartbreak. This recurring theme left a trail of emotional turbulence for those close to him. Jennifer, despite her resilience and strength, found herself caught in the familiar cycle. Tiffany Haddish's subtle interventions amplified the impact of each development. Her commentary, while often humorous, was never without precision. She highlighted the discrepancies, called attention to hidden truths, and provided context that many fans had missed. Her public interactions, likes, comments, and social media posts were perceived as both validation and gentle provocation. She seemed to enjoy observing the tension, relishing the drama while maintaining a public image of candor and wit. The social media frenzy reached its peak during a moment when Jennifer appeared on stage, speaking about loyalty, respect, and the importance of honesty. Fans immediately connected the dots, interpreting her words as a pointed message about Common's behavior. Clips of her speech went viral, the internet buzzing with commentary and speculation. Tiffany quickly joined the conversation, posting cryptic remarks and subtle confirmation of fans' suspicions. The drama intensified, blurring the line between personal betrayal and public spectacle.